Hey, what's good, what's good, what's good? You are now tuned in to Durty Muzik Radio. I'm your host, Leo Flo, with our other host, Miss Bree in the building. And today,
Mr. Rob G in the building today.
Man, what is going down? Words cannot explain how good it feel to be here. What's happening, y'all?
Big
What's up, Leo? What's up, Bree?
You know what, bro? I like your energy right off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Coming with that energy.
You already know, man.
Hey, but we appreciate you for coming, bro. Today, ladies and gentlemen, everybody listening around the world, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We
What's going
appreciate
on,
you.
everybody? You're now tuning in to Durty Muzik Radio with my sidekick, Mr. Leo Flo.
Hey.
And in the building today, we got Mr. Rob G.
Special guest.
It's going down, Rob G.
So go ahead and tell everybody, tell them about yourself right now.
Well, for those that don't know, I do got a history in the city and in the music game, stretching back, all the way back to 2007. I'm in the building with my brother Garza, GT Garza, and I bring him up because we kind of came into the game together way back with the whole SWAT product movement and all that. I was signed. I had some big records, regionally and nationally, and I did a whole lot of things, and then unfortunately, due to some, personal circumstances and just life stuff, you know what I mean? I had to kind of step away from the game for a minute, and just kind of figure out what my next move was going to be. I had to take care of my family, my kids, you know what I mean, and things like that, hold that down. So I did that, created some businesses, did my thing, never stopped paying attention to what was going on in the game. Never stopped making music, never lost my love and passion. It was more so, by the timing thing, getting everything situated. And, God lined me up with my brother, Garza, and now we back at it again and got a lot of things that I'm excited about, really.
Okay, so I know you've been in the game for a while, and I see you two got a song. So go ahead and tell me about that.
Well, that's one song with me, just to kind of break it all down. Once me and Garza got our wheels turning and just talking about what we're going to do, it was important, for me to kind of start back off before I do anything else, musically was just to kind of start back with the roots of where we all started this thing, which is, hip-hop, bars, really kind of speaking a story, touching down with the streets and just the whole culture of hip-hop in general. So I definitely wanted to start there. And that's where, we figured it would be a good idea, a great idea actually, a genius idea actually, if we kind of came together and collab, not just as partners and people that respect each other musically and as men, but just also for the whole Latino movement, the whole Latino culture, and also to just put it down one more time for H-Town. And so we started with that. So y'all should have some records, that is just one of many that we have on deck. We do have a project coming out in March, if I'm not mistaken, March 2019. And, we plan to do everything big now, you know what I mean? La Maquina is a great company. Yeah, La Maquina is a great company. I'm glad to now be getting down with them and being a part of it, so this is really just the beginning of many things, but I'm definitely, being that this is my first project in a long time, you know what I mean? And just getting back to them roots of just spitting and speaking our mind and really holding it down and kind of, putting our foot down in our place in hip hop too, So yeah, we're excited about it.
So now that you're back and you're better.
Yeah.
Tell me, what are some of your goals that you have for this year?
Well, my goals for this year is mainly just to kind of get it back to the level that I was used to, which is just being, very relevant, not only in the region, but, nationally. I've grown musically as well, so hopefully in the near future, I definitely want to do some Spanish music, do different things like that, and, touch as many genres as possible, but, staying in my lane, of course, put it down for the Latino community heavy. But if I had to say my goals for this year, it'd be just to come back with a vengeance, and just flood them with music, flood them with projects. I feel like, I owe it not only just to the people out there that know me or don't know me, but, I owe it to myself. I owe it to the guys that's been backing me up all this time, and to really get out here and pound and pavement hard. So more than anything, you can look forward to just tons and tons of music, and all kinds of different visuals, everything, Definitely gonna pick my game up on the whole social media blast, because I'm probably the worst, most ADD social media person you know, 2 thumb swipes and I'm like distracted. Okay, I gotta do something else. But so I'm gonna partake in that and really focus on just growing in all the areas that I know I need to grow, because like I said, I've always paid attention to what was going on, so I know the game changed,
Yeah.
So it's more so, playing catch up, and then from there, just trying to dominate and do our thing.
Okay. So, like I said, you work with GT Garza.
Yeah.
Who else have you worked with?
Well, I mean, going back in the past, I pretty much worked with every single legend from Houston. I got records with Slim, with Bun, with Kiki, Hawk, Trey the Truth, him and I did an album together called Both Sides of the Fence. Toured and did records with Pitbull, Play N Skillz, just a lot of relevant people, even on the Spanish side of things with guys like the Looney Tunes, the producers, Frankie J, George Montana. I pretty much, work with a whole lot of people in all different genres, did some writing and things like that. So, yeah, we've been out here. We done did a lot of things.
So for the people who are now tuning in and, getting to know you more, what type of style do you do?
Oh, well, I'm definitely, my love for the music started with hip hop, what I mean? So, and my love for hip hop started with just being a dope lyricist, what I mean? And just, I always gravitated towards the MCs, no matter where you was from, what I mean? Who had a story, who, could kind of speak something that I could relate to, what I mean? Or maybe paint a picture for me that I didn't understand and help me understand it, And on top of that, guys that just came with bars, that was always something that was dope to me, and that's kind of where my love for it, started. So I'd say that's definitely where I come from, the background that I come from, and that's why it's important to me to, do that again now, and start there before I do anything else.
So where can people find your music now? iTunes, YouTube?
Well, if you be a little bit patient, you'll be able to find it everywhere. I'm talking about everywhere, every streaming platform, every purchasing platform, and probably in a hood near you too. We're gonna do it all, So you can definitely check me out, Rob G online, Team Rob G on social media, that we're gonna make sure that it's where it needs to be and that everybody can grasp it and touch it for sure.
That's good. So, tell me. And you've been in this industry for a while now, all these years. What has been your biggest achievement?
I say there were a handful of them. I think as a collective, I wouldn't say there was no single moment that was like my biggest achievement. I think it was a collective overall things that we accomplished. Like I had a record called Reppin' My Block that did extremely well regionally. #1 record in the whole state of Texas for about 3 months straight, which was, and that's competing against country music and everything, pop stations and all that. Yeah, so that was huge. I had a record called Latino Stand Up that with Play N Skillz that did extremely well, made it on MTV movies and stuff, so that was cool. I was able to tour all over the country multiple times, like I said, working with Pitbull and different people like that. So I think it was more so of the collective whole that makes me look back at where we started. Like me and GT, when me and GT met, GT was probably about 16 years old. When me and GT met, he was only about maybe 16 years old, And we was out here in the battle circuit just trying to make a name for ourselves, setting up makeshift studios in garages and things like that, So when you come from that, and then you kind of look back at the whole overall accomplishments of what you did, even though, obviously millions and tens of millions and billions of people aren't familiar, we still breaking through now, but luckily we were able to see a lot, we were able to accomplish a lot. I was able to do a lot of things that looking back, I'm proud of that, what I mean? And it just makes you, honestly, if I didn't accomplish those things, then it'd probably be hard for me to be here now, because I accomplished those things, I know it's possible.
I got a question, bro. Really, how long did it take you to break in, to really know that moment when you knew, hey man, this is taking off, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I've told that story, and I always believed that I was a lucky one, I didn't really start taking rap serious till once I got out of high school or whatnot and finished that, so I was, 18, 19-year-old kid.
How old are you right now, if you don't mind me asking?
No, I don't mind at all, I'm 37.
Man.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, been doing it, man. So yeah, I started rapping right after high school, and by the time I was in my, mid-20s, I was already kind of signed to a major label and had a major, management backing and things like that, which, a lot of it had to do with just grind and chance and just, right place, right time, the right people see you. So I know that I skipped a lot of steps, and I say that because, I do know the legends, the Slims, the Pauls, the Cams, the Buns, those guys that really like grinded for years and years and years, and so there's a huge difference in the fast track and then the grind track, and it almost like what I did was cool, and it really catapulted me to a whole nother level. And I would say that the moment where I really felt like I made it was when I had that #1 song. I think that's when you're finally like, okay, cool. You know?
And you said it was over. It was that #1 record was actually over country, because it's hard to top country and pop nowadays.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it took like 6 months. That Reppin' My Black joint took like 6 months to really,
it took like, 6 months to bubble and
to build,
to
and
get
then
there.
finally, like no joke, man. I remember a quick story. Like I was on tour with like Frank and Jay at the time or something, you know, and I remember like being like, damn, man, I need something to, you know, really pop off. And I got a phone call. I'm in the loading dock in Arizona somewhere waiting for a show. And they're like, you check the BDS, you know, and I do, and you #1 in Austin and San Antonio. And I was like, word? They're like, it's about to happen. And you know, I had a lot of knowledge of the game, you know, so I knew that those were kind of signs that, all right, here we go. And sure enough, that's what happened. You know, after that, it was off to the races.
Yeah, bro, a little bird that I know out there in San Antonio, bro, told me a few of your stories out there of you going hard in the paint out there in San Antonio back in your, well, I don't know if you still have party days, but back in your party days.
Let me tell you, man, the party stuff, you know, when it's in you and it's genuine, you know, it's like riding bike. If y'all pull out a bottle right now, we'll turn out, you know, we'll turn
real
right
quick,
now.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Hey.
You can ask my boys, do I still got it? Yeah, I still got it, you know? Yeah. No, but yeah, San Antonio, make sure your boy keep them stories to himself too.
Yeah, no, he did, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but one thing that I really like, bro, is the fact that, to me, bro, music is timeless.
Yeah.
Like, to me, music is timeless, and there's a lot of people, especially because the rap game nowadays is real saturated, and they say it's a young man's game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the way that I look at it like, when you make good music, bro, you make timeless records. You make shit that, man, I could go back 10 years and be like, man, I still bang. That Reppin' My Block. Hey, I still get fucked up to that track, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, bro, it's all about longevity nowadays, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I like what you're able to do, bro, it's like you're coming back in the game, and it's like your mentality is not, oh, nah, I gotta try to catch up with these young guys. Nah, man, you're trying to do it in your own lane, in your own way, and you're trying to come about it and be like, look, I'm gonna do my thing, and I'm gonna take over, and I'm gonna show you, hey, who Rob G is. And at the age of 37, I still got it. And I'm still put out great records and great music, and still produce content for my fans, and know that there's still a market available for what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think at the end of the day, though, you know, it's like our responsibility as artists to understand like the people that we're marketing our music to. You know what I mean? So you know, don't get it twisted. Like I pay attention to what's going on, and I understand, and I'm seeing the trends of consumers, and it's my job to try to create something that's originally me, that is gonna, you know, give them something to gravitate to, basically. You know what I mean? So yeah, on the other side of things, like, you know, I appreciate what the youngsters is doing, you know, and I'm not one of them OGs that be coming around.
They be talking
shit,
you know what I mean?
Nah, I don't do that.
Yeah, hey, that's good, bro, because
I mean, but at the same time, like, you know, I respect what they do, because, you know, I understand the difference of times, like, you know, just like we came from a time where like we started off grinding in the streets, you know, and even like the guys before me, you know, the trunk to trunk type shit, you know. We doing that, and that was before my time. You know, we was in record stores when we was doing our thing and doing in stores and stuff like that. But it was still, you had to go out there and get it. And with these youngsters, the way it changed,
upload the song,
but it's still a DIY thing. But it's still a DIY thing. It's still they figured out that internet shit. They figured out that social media stuff, the marketing. Some of them be acting a damn fool just to get attention and then pop that music, but at the end of the day, they're being successful, you know? I mean, you know, that ain't my lane, you know? That ain't my lane, but as a person like that's been in the industry, that it was neck deep to hear in the business side of it too, I understand that, you know, and I respect it, you know, I respect it. And at the same time, you know, I know some of these youngsters be talking that shit, you know, and so, you know, that's cool, I respect that.
Marketing purposes, most of them do it for marketing purposes, trying to get a little clout, because talking on the Soulja Boy thing, that's what he did. He basically talked all kinds of shit.
I'm watching that interview. I told my boy over there, man, you see that shit? I was like, man, that boy's a genius. I know he knew exactly what he was doing.
Most definitely.
He knew that was going, you know, lead to
especially the name dropping Drake, talking all kinds of shit. But you see, it's smart because he knows that people are gonna go and tune in.
Talk about it.
They're gonna want to talk about it and see what's up, and then he what was it, like a week later he dropped a brand new record. And then the record starts bubbling and it starts getting up there. Why? Because he put all that footwork, all that talking shit. But you see, like, that's that's one way to get out there, bro. But there's other ways. There's the there's the hand to hand. There's the grinding out there, going out of town, kissing babies and shaking hands is what I call it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I actually had a mixtape called that with Pitbull.
Hey, because that's the hustle that I believe in, bro. I believe in getting out there, meeting people, because the best way that I personally, me as an artist, bro, the best thing that's worked for me is getting out there and meeting these kids and going on tour and being out on the road, meeting the fans and face to face and being like, look, hey, this is my brand, this is what I do, check me out. You know what I'm saying?
And the music will always speak for itself at the end of the day. You know, I believe that, so I don't feel like, you know, oh, this is a young man's game. I feel like if you jam, I know I can still spit my ass. Like, you don't lose that. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
you know,
this ain't
like, you know, this ain't like how they say like a guy who's hooping. Maybe he can't jump as high as he did when he was. That don't happen with rap. We got these bars over here, you know, especially if you perfect your craft and you're constantly on top of it. So, you know, I would definitely be down for a challenge from a youngster out there that want to catch some of this lyrical smoke. Now,
so you're saying that if somebody was to get at you on wax, you would actually respond to somebody that they got for any reason? I'm not saying if it was happening now, but if it ever happened, if somebody just dropped a diss record on you, would you respond back and clap back with some lyrical content?
If it was worth my bars,
big facts.
you know, on the sport of it, you know, I probably would if it was worth it though, you know what I mean? Not on some. See, one thing I don't agree with and one thing I won't do and I want to make clear is, you know, like we let our music speak for itself, our story speak for itself, and who we are speak for itself, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not the guy that's gonna be clout chasing. I'm not the guy that's gonna be out here acting a fool.
Hey.
Maybe that's the OG in me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if anything, I would say to these youngsters, you know, like that's one thing that, you know, I know my generation was very up on. You know, just being a solid dude, carrying yourself like a man, and you know that don't mean, like I say, we party with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? There ain't not one single thing that a youngster in the game could ever be like that I'd be like, man, we did that too. We did that, you know, 10 years ago we was doing that. You know what I mean? And so it's respect on both sides. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
And but yeah, our music speaks for itself, and you know, but at the same time, you know, we know that the internet is a huge market. You know, even what we're doing now with the streaming, you know, so that's something that you can't, as a OG in this shit, man. You can't like try to compete nowadays and be stuck in where you was or where you started, because then you're gonna lose. You know what I mean? You're gonna lose. You know, you gotta be able to keep up with the times. You gotta be able to keep up with the times, keep up with what's going on. You know, keep up with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what it is.
Big facts. And with that being said, right now, ladies and gentlemen, we got Rob G in the building. Right now, we're gonna get into one special record, bro. You want to go ahead and introduce this Reppin' My Block?
Oh, sure, we're going to the Reppin' My Block, man. Dang. It's Wednesday, but we gonna act like it's Throwback Thursday right now, man. This is a legendary song in the Ace right here, man. Rob G, Reppin' My Block, featuring my boy Slim Thug. Shout out to him, my boy Lil Kiki, H-Town Legends. Y'all already know, man, what's going down. Shout out to everybody in the SWAT. La Maquina, we doing it, let's go.
Let's go. I got an exclusive question.
Come on with it.
So, you know, I was told that back in the day, bro, you used to do battle rapping. You came up on the battle rap scene. How true is that, bro?
Oh, it was very true. Back then, it was just that whole wave was happening. You know what I'm saying? And I just looked at it as something like that. It was like, all right, we got to jump out here and talk about people's mama to just get some attention and just kind of spread what we got to do. Then cool, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? So I just did it like that. You know, like it wasn't really nothing. And I was in a handful of them, you know what I mean? A few, I picked the right ones, you know what I'm saying? And actually what happened was, crazy enough, I ended up being in just a big old battle they hosted back then here, and, you know, ended up winning it. The winner got
Was that on one of like the battle leagues or something?
Well, nah. This was actually being hosted by like it was something that was being thrown nationwide. That was being sponsored by MTV. They were doing that MTV rap battle stuff.
Oh yeah,
you know
I remember that.
Yeah. So I ended up winning the one for the Southern region or whatnot, and so I got to go and be on the live MTV rap battle thing, and and I got disqualified for cussing when I was up there. So yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. But that was actually like my first taste of like some real, you know. So just, you know, snap a national spotlight, you know, kind of, but, oh, you was on that TV thing. Yeah, you know, so it was cool just being able to experience all that. But yeah, that's how my whole battle thing was right there.
Well, hey, I didn't know.
It was a little stepping stone. It was like a tool, you know what I mean? It was something that we just used as a tool. We was I was rapping back then, already trying to, start a label and do all this. And like I said, it was like, damn, this is hot right now. They would have these little contests, and a lot of people would go. All right, bet I'm just go clown some dude's mom and hope I get some fame. It was shit like that.
Go ahead, man.
Okay, so was getting into the music industry something you always, thought about, or was it something that you just kind of grew into?
Yeah, I grew into it for sure. I ain't gonna lie. When I was like a young kid, I always knew I wanted to be something different. I felt, not in like a egotistical way, but I just felt I was like special. I felt like at a young age I had like a different view on things. I knew I didn't want to settle for just what most other people do. You know what I mean? And the music thing just happened. I just had a knack really for free. I would goof off, freestyle in the hood. And back then it was like a Hispanic dude doing that was like shocking. It was like, oh dang, I just do it for fun. And then it just so turned out that one of my boys was like, hey man, look, let's start recording some music. And from there I kind of just fell in love with the craft. So once I fell in love with the craft, I just kind of went from there and just tried to kind of study the business, study the music.
It's crazy, Rob. Back then, I remember when people used to look at Mexicanos, Hispanics. They used to look at us real crazy when it was about when you would see a Mexicano rapping. You know what I'm saying? Or you see some kind of a Hispanic person rapping, they'll look at you like, man, that's not for you, man. Like back then, people used to be real biased, and they used to be, oh, that's not for you. That's not for your kind. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But then I feel like throughout time, bro, I feel like right now we've been able to break that barrier. Where that barrier, it's like like kicked it down and made our way through.
We turned it into little crumbles now, and I ain't gonna lie, back then I knew that was my ticket. I knew that being a Hispanic that could actually rap and compete, with everybody, and just, on a lyrical level, to the point where real dudes that are in the game ain't gonna look at you and be like, man, you're trash. You kind of sound like garbage.
Yeah.
I knew that wasn't gonna be the case, and I knew that was gonna be my ticket, because truth be told, I wasn't out here outshining boys, and that was my whole thing. Like, I ain't outshining y'all, I'm out rhyming y'all. You know what I mean? So and that's kind of how I went about it, respectfully. And I was just so blessed that all the legends that I spoke of doing rap, man, just unconditional love, even to this day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they always showed me love and really helped me out. You know what I mean? In the sense of just, you need a feature, here you go. Let's do it. Come get on this. Come get on that. And that helped me out tremendously.
Big facts.
So growing up, did you have anybody you look up to? Anybody who still inspires you today?
Yeah, but it's not anything that has to do with music. I have to say that'd be my mama. I know that's a super cliche, answer, but no, it's true. It wasn't. And I say her because it more so in this game, and y'all know even what you're doing. We participate in something that the payoff comes later, and later don't have a date. Later don't have
Big
a date.
fact.
You don't know when that's gonna be. Like I know guys that's been in the game 15, 20 years and they're still waiting for
and they still haven't both.
Yeah, and it's like that, or even like building what you guys built from the ground up. It's you're doing something where it's like you and a collective group of people believe in something, and behind that belief, you go hoping that something, that
and you know what,
happens.
bro? To touch on that, it's true because like now that you brought it up, the fact is, like, we've been building this platform for maybe 6 months, bro. And in 6 months, bro, we've grown so much, but that's because we have a collected group of people that everybody's on the same vision, everybody's on the same page. And the hard part, bro, as an artist, bro, to me, the hard part is when you're trying to do it by yourself and you don't have a support team, when you don't got nobody, when you ain't got nobody that believes in you. That's the hard part as an artist, bro. But I've always said, as an artist, the main thing should be, hey, man, hang out with good people around you, people that believe in what you do, and that, hey, if you ain't gonna help me with nothing, hey, all I need is be like, hey, bro, you're doing a good job, bro. Keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need that. You need to hear that motivation. Be like, hey, sometimes that's all I need to hear, bro, to know that I'm on the right path and I need to keep going. Because people, artists, a lot of artists, what I see, they get caught up in and ain't nobody sitting there motivating. Hey, bro, now you're doing good, bro. Keep going. So they feel like ain't nobody watching me, ain't nobody paying attention. But little do they know, everybody's paying attention. Everybody's watching.
Yeah.
It's just that sometimes as an artist, you need that person to be like, hey, bro, you're doing great, bro. Keep that shit up, bro. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. Just keep it moving with the music. Keep it pushing. I guarantee you, by the time they realize it, bro, they got all these people that fuck with them. They got all this support system around them. You know, they build up they got their graphic team, they got their videographers, they got everything on set, bro. Next thing you know, everything comes together. All you gotta do is stay consistent with it.
Yeah, you know, and just going back to the, you know, kind of what you asked me, that's again why I mentioned, you know, my mom, you know, she just raised me to not be no punk, you know, never sugarcoated nothing. And I don't mean that. I mean that in a real deal life.
In a positive way.
Yeah.
Like if you want it, go get it. You know, don't listen to me. Don't listen to nobody. You know, do what you got to do. Don't be scared to actually work. Don't be too fly to work. You know what I mean? And so that's probably the biggest influence for me. And not again, that has nothing to do with music, but just it influenced me to be able to deal with stuff out here, even just small lessons like, you know when to bite your tongue, know when to speak up, little things like that, you know, I just carry all that with me into my manhood, and I know that's what made me who I am today, so that's definitely my biggest influence.
Okay. So, tell me what you guys, are there any upcoming shows, music videos?
Here we go, the most important part of the interview, which is what's about to happen now, and what's about to happen right now is, you know, like I mentioned, I'm here with my brother. You know, my partner in rhyme, you know what I'm saying? My boy
partner in rhyme, I like that.
You know, I gotta take one moment just to give G his special props, you know, because he went back with me when all this started, you know, and he knows my story in and out, through and through, you know, and when we linked up a little bit back, you know, shout out to my boy P, you know what I mean, and kind of set the table for us to kind of run into each other and link back up. You know, G has built an extremely great platform, you know, for himself with his team. Shout out Money, shout out everybody down with Maquina, you know, y'all know what it is, and just received me with open arms, you know what I mean, and he kind of knew my vision, I knew his. We figured that we could kind of maybe collectively put our heads together and do some things, and you know, being that he's been grinding so hard all these years, you know, when I had to kind of step away, you know, I'm like, man, you got the keys, G, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's do this for real, you know what I mean? And so that's really what we're doing now. We really, you know, we got this duo album coming out in March and spring break. You know, I don't even, trust me, you gonna see it. I'm gonna make sure of that, you know. And from there, just gonna consistently just release projects, consistently release videos, consistently just be out here doing what we gotta do, you know. So it's our job to present that. So that's what we are the most excited about. Again, this project that me and GT coming out, I really think it's not just only the perfect introduction back into things for myself, but it's also gonna be like, hey, young Latinos, OG Latinos, grandpa Latinos, little baby Latinos. Like, hold up, I gotta make something clear, like, you know, and I believe in this wholeheartedly. This ain't me talking shit, chasing clout. But when it comes to Hispanic Latino dudes that are making music and doing music, I really believe truly that we would, and you know, I say this off belief, because honestly, it got to be proven, you know, but I know for a fact me and G got to be two of the best doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about that only because of the fact that, you know, we want to make that stand for our culture. You know what I mean? For our culture and our people, you know, who have already kicked the damn dough down, you know what I mean? And already making huge movement, you know, just huge strides in the game now. You know, the eyes are on us, and we just want to continue to just, you know, live up to that and carry the torch and do what we do.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you one thing, bro. You really fell in the right place, and I say that, or you fell in the right place at the right time with GT, bro, because I've been seeing that man been building for years, bro. You know what I'm saying? I seen the growth, the hustle, the growth and the hustle.
Man,
bro.
when I met this man when he was a young kid, I knew he was gonna be a star. I did. I really did. You know what I mean? And so, you know, it's also very fulfilling and something just to see where he's came to as a man. You know what I'm saying? And just and what he built. You know what I mean? And I'm just extra excited to be a part of it. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
And I know I'm gonna bring my skill set to the stage.
To Durty Muzik Radio, sponsored by Great N Media, with my other host, Mr. Liam Flo.
Yeah.
In the building today, for the now that one tuning in, we got Mr. Rob G.
Rob G is in the building.
Legendary Rob G.
I bring that up about the LimeWire shit. It's crazy because nowadays you just look up the song and it's there. You don't have to buy the whole album like before, where you had to skip that up one song and keep going just to find that one song that you wanted. So it's like, do you feel that it's better or just kind of 50-50 with the whole thing, compared to before and to now?
No, I think it's cool. You know, I kind of love what's going on now. You know, I feel like it's very fast paced, and you gotta keep up with it, and that's really the bottom line. You know, people's attention spans are a lot shorter, and You know, and so you just got to keep up with that. You know what I mean? And now with the ease that people can get music, you know, because like let's just go back some time where you would buy a CD or something, right? And you would be jamming that CD for that time and memorize every song, and that would be what you jam to. See, now it's like people can touch so much music that the same guy that likes, let's say, Prince Royce on some bachata shit, right? That same guy is gonna jam. Yeah. GT Garza, if he's a Latino American like we are, you know what I mean, and things like that, and that same person might like, let's say it's a female, she might like Lady Gaga, and this and you know, so I feel like now people are more in tune with the different types of music, so you know, I just feel like it's extra dope what's going on now, you know, and now that you know the industry kind of figured it out, and now we're able to kind of capitalize and make some income, not only off selling records, but off whatever a YouTube channel might do, whatever kind of this, that, and the other that you can do with your social media. So I think it's dope, and we just gotta adjust and be able to keep up with it.
Another question, bro. Like, do you still believe in the body of work? Do you still believe
in
the
album?
Yeah, the body of work of the album.
Yeah, you got to. You know, I think that's what becomes like kind of historic. You know, and I think the culture still cares about it. You know, I really do. I really believe they do. You know what I mean?
I see a lot of artists.
You know?
I see a lot of artists nowadays. All they really just focus on. They just focus on them singles, putting out singles. But to me, like I'm one of them people, bro. I relate because I like the old school shit, bro. I believe in the artist is supposed to. When I listen to your shit, bro, I want to hear a complete body of work, and that goes for any artist that I listen to, bro. It's like when I hear GT's music, bro. I listen for a complete body of work, not just that one song that I like. I want to hear how the intro all the way to the last track, bro, and I want the body of work to capture me.
What I think now is even speaking on that body of work, and I think what it is now is the body of work now that you're speaking on, and that's why I believe they care about it, because the body of work that you're speaking on now extends beyond just that music that you're hearing, you know, and I believe like this is something that, you know, GT believes in wholehearttedly, and we had deep discussions about, you know what I mean? It's not outside from that body of work, it's like, does that body of work, are you making that visually appealing? Huh, G? Is you making it visually appealing? Are you branding that body of work in a way that's cool? You know, that like, you know, like you might see us now with the halos and horns gear. You know what I mean? I got a motherfucking 11-year-old, you know, who's like wore it to school, and the kids, man, that's dope. I live in a nice neighborhood, yeah, you know what I'm saying, y'all? So it's like, you know, it's little old kind of preppy kids, like, man, that's awesome, you know what I mean? They never jammed our shit ever, you know, but you know, that's kind of what now the body of work is how are you presenting it, you know what I mean, even beyond the music. So to a certain extent it makes it a little harder, you know, you can catch yourself focusing more on how you present it and kind of be lacking on the side of the music, you know, or do focus too much on the music and not present it the right way. So like I said, I like where it's come, I like where it is, and I think you just gotta kinda adapt to it, you know. But I think the body of work is absolutely important. I think that's what separates.
Hey, bro, right now you're now tuning in Durty Muzik Radio. We have a very special guest in the building, ladies and gentlemen. For those just tuning in, anybody that just plugged in, anybody from the West Coast to the East, to the North, to the South. Right now, we got the legendary Rob G in the building. Today. Mm-hmm. Hey, Rob G. I got one question I want to ask, bro.
All right.
I know you said earlier that you were gonna do a collaborative project with GT. Do you have anything coming up a project that's just gonna be just you by yourself?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This was just more. It's, you know, more of the jump off, and then from there, you know. Well, you know, just to go down the timeline right now, you know, GT just dropped his album. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's dope. Halos and Horns available now, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all go get that.
You gotta say it's dope as fuck, because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. You know, I was very impressed by that project, and I kind of, you know, me and GT kind of connected right at the tail end of pretty much him wrapping it all up. You know, so. It was like when I heard that body of work and the way he kind of was going to present it and put it up out there and stuff, I was very impressed. It's an incredible album. The visuals, the videos, I've seen.
Man, I'm looking forward to that Professor X, bro. AGT, that Professor X, bro. Have you dropped it yet or not yet?
Yeah, that motherfucker.
The second.
That motherfucker out?
Professor X.
Hey, all I know that when I was seeing the previews of how that was coming together, I was like, that shit's dope.
Yeah, you know, so you know, right now GT has that out. He's actually going on tour right now. It's got at least a 20-city tour starting when, G?
February,
yeah.
February 21st,
right around the corner. Yeah. Nationwide tour. So you know, and that's how we rock. You know, so we really want to put our energy behind that. Right after that, Like literally, when the man come home, I'm gonna be bothering him like, okay, now it's time to drop our duo project and do that whole process over again. And then after that, G will be back in the lab working on his. We will both be pretty much working on solos. Actually, when he leaves now, I'm starting my solo project. So I'll start recording my solo project in weeks, pretty much. You know,
are you gonna make any? Are you gonna make any of the dates on the tour or anything like that? Or
absolutely. You know, I gotta go rock for my bro, man.
I know that's right. You know
I can't let him have all that fun without me, man. Come on.
Hey, back to the San Antonio stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, big fat.
Shout out to my boy Money. He was with us back in the day when he was acting damn fool. Nah, but yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna be out there supporting, you know, and just kind of also setting the setup for what's coming after that. So yeah, we definitely gonna be out there. And make sure y'all check out all of you know, La Maquina Empire online and all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure it's real easy to find G on social media, GT on social media stuff, because he doesn't suck at it like I do. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, make sure y'all up to date with that tour wherever y'all at. He's gonna be everywhere. All right, so make sure y'all look for that and look out for him, because when you see him, you're gonna see me.
How long ago did you start with your actually doing the getting into the whole social media, bro?
No, I was always on it. It's just, you know, when I kind of stepped away from the game, I kind of
didn't focus on that,
you know, And then I'm literally social media ADD, bro. Like, aside from that, you know how everyday folk be on social media all the time? Like, I'm telling you, man, it's like 2 thumb swipes and I'm like out of there. I'm like, damn, man, I'm like distracted.
That's shit for the day.
Bro, that's just, to me, it's annoying, bro. I really hate that whole just trying to be on social, because they say that,
man, I ain't gonna hate on it. You know, I don't want to say that I hate it. I just, you know, it's a platform for something that's going to be used, you know. So now it's about using it correctly, you know, because literally social media has changed people's lives, bro. Like I'm talking, I be seeing boys on YouTube that play video games and are making millions and millions of dollars a year. You
off
know
of the
I mean?
live streams and
you
stuff, monetized everything.
You can't, you know, I'm never going to hate on that. It's just about really, you know, using it with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think y'all really, I figured y'all wanted to hear music from me as opposed to what I was going to eat for breakfast, and this is what I'm eating for breakfast. You know what I mean? Look, this is the type of jelly I'm using right now. Nah, you know what I mean? But now that I have something that I'm working towards and doing, I'm finna go ham on that shit for sure. Yeah. And just like I'm passionate and try to be great or whatever, I'm gonna take the social media shit the same way.
Yeah.
I promise I ain't gonna jump out no windows trying to get some I just want to say real quick before we get into the close up that you know, I appreciate you guys. You know, from somebody that, you know, was away from the game for a long time. You know what I mean? It's hard, you know, to kind of to just reincorporate yourself without support from people like yourselves. You know what I mean? Without support from somebody like Garza, from my boy Money, my boy P outside. You know, and just everybody that holds us down. So thank you guys. You know, I know on behalf of myself, Garza, Money, the whole Maquina team.
Hey, but we do appreciate you coming through, Rob G, and spending your time with us, and, you know, coming out to kick it and chopping it up with us, and letting us know where you've been, what you've been up to this whole time, bro. Like, we really appreciate that, bro.
No, I appreciate it.
I feel like we got the exclusive, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, you did.
Hey, he said actually,
you actually did.
Yeah,
you actually did. And no, man, thank y'all so much again, just to everybody out there. To those that know me and that are familiar with my background, you know, thank you for lending me your ear once again, and I promise to do what I gotta do. To those that don't know me, you know, thank you for giving me the opportunity to hear me, you know, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you for tuning in. I'm Leo Flo, with your host,
Miss Bree.
Hey,
Rob G, baby!
Yeah, the legendary Rob G. Hey, a big shout out to GT Garza and the Maquina Empire for coming in and showing us love.
Productions. Hey. Money Mike, the homie Lamar, King Lamar, what's happening, y'all?
Hey, and make sure that you pick up that Halos and Horns, available on Spotify, YouTube, available on everywhere where you can stream music. Make sure you download and make sure you check out the visuals, fire visuals, La Maquina Empire, running things. And if you ain't with it, you're getting ran over. Let's get it. Dirty Music Game, Dirty Music Radio. Let's go. We out. Cheers.
Smoke's on.
Hey.